Picture this, it's 3 a.m., the world is silent and suddenly your feet feel like they've been dipped in fire. You kick the covers off, hoping the cool air will soothe the burning, but the relief never comes. Or maybe your story is different. Maybe it's your hands, tingling, stabbing, buzzing with thousands of invisible needles every single day. You mention it to your doctor, hoping for answers. And they give you that familiar, infuriating line, it's just age. But what if I told you that's completely wrong? What if the real reason your nerves are deteriorating has nothing to do with getting older and everything to do with something hiding in your daily routine, something so common, so overlooked, that when you finally learn the truth, you'll wonder why no one warned you sooner. Here's the part no one expects. The very pills you take every morning to stay healthy may actually be slowly destroying your nervous system. For years, I've watched patients walk into my office believing their nerve pain is permanent, something they are doomed to live with. They think this burning, stabbing, buzzing nightmare is their new normal, but they're wrong. Let me explain why. Inside your body right now are 45 miles of nerves, enough wiring to stretch from New York to Philadelphia. Those nerves let you feel everything. A warm hug, your partner holding your hand, the weight of your feet against the ground. Each nerve is surrounded by a protective coating called myelin-like, the insulation around an electrical wire. When that insulation starts to break down, everything collapses. Signals misfire, pain receptors become confused. Your brain receives scrambled messages it interprets as burning, stabbing, or electric shocks. And once this process begins, it doesn't magically fix itself. This condition has a name: peripheral neuropathy. More than 20 million Americans suffer from it. That's roughly 1 out of every 16 people. Someone in your family likely has it, maybe you do. But what makes me furious enough to record this video is that most people have no idea that a simple vitamin deficiency is silently destroying their nerves, and the worst part, the medications meant to help you, medications your doctor prescribed, are draining this crucial nutrient from your body every single day. Here's how the trap works. You go to your doctor. Your blood sugar is high. They prescribe Metformin, the most commonly used diabetes drug on earth. Over 150 million people take it. You trust your doctor, so you take it daily. But you also deal with heartburn like millions of people do, so you take omeprazole or another PPI. Here's the problem no one explains. Metformin reduces your body's ability to absorb vitamin B12. Research shows 10 to 30% of Metformin users develop a B12 deficiency, and some studies suggest the number is even higher. At the same time, PPIs lower your stomach acid, the very acid required to extract B12 from food. Your body is getting hit from both sides. And it gets even worse. Once you pass age 60, your stomach naturally produces less acid. Add a plant-based diet, virtually zero natural B12, and you're walking straight into a nutritional disaster. Your body is begging for this vitamin. Your nerves depend on it, yet nearly everything in your daily life is blocking it. And here's what keeps me awake at night. By the time symptoms show up, nerve damage may already be irreversible. That tiny tingling you brush off, that numb patch on your foot. They're not minor annoyances, they're emergency warnings. They're your nerves calling for help before they die. I've watched people lose their balance, their independence, even their ability to walk. All because they waited too long to address something completely preventable. So what is this essential nutrient? It's called vitamin B12, and its history is astonishing. Back in the early 1900s, a terrifying disease called pernicious anemia was a death sentence. Patients became dangerously weak and developed severe neurological problems. No one survived it. Until 3 researchers tried something bizarre, feeding patients raw liver. It worked. People who were near death recovered almost miraculously. They won the Nobel Prize in 1934. It wasn't until years later that scientists uncovered the reason hidden inside liver was a powerful, bright red molecule containing cobalt. Vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin. Another Nobel Prize was awarded just for cracking its structure. Think about that. One molecule earned 2 Nobel Prizes. So why is B12 so important? Because it's the master electrician of your nervous system. It does 2 things your nerves absolutely cannot survive without. 1. It fuels methylation, a crucial process that turns a dangerous amino acid homocysteine into a helpful one, methionine. This supports the production of SAMe, your body's myelin-repairing compound. Without B12, homocysteine builds up and becomes toxic, destroying nerves and blocking repair. 2. It powers your nerve cells' energy factories, mitochondria. Without B12, especially its active form adenosylcobalamin, mitochondrial failure begins. A damaging acid called MMA builds up and attacks the myelin itself. In other words, B12 deficiency hits your nerves with a double attack, preventing repair while poisoning them from the inside. That's why neuropathy is so painful. That's why intervention must be early, because late damage can be permanent. But here's the good news. If you recognize these symptoms in yourself, there is a path back. You just need to take the right steps. Step 1. Get the right tests. A basic B12 blood test is not enough. Most labs consider anything above 200 pg/ml normal, but that level is far too low for healthy nerves. You should aim for 450 to 500 plus pg/ml and request 2 additional tests, methylmalonic acid MMA homocysteine, if either is elevated. Your cells are starving for B12 even if your blood test looks normal. These tests show what's happening inside your cells. Step 2. Choose the correct form. Most cheap B12 supplements use cyanocobalamin, a synthetic form that contains a cyanide molecule. Your body must convert it, and many people cannot do this efficiently. The form you want is methylcobalamin, or a combination of methylcobalamin plus adenosylcobalamin is also excellent. These forms work directly on nerve repair and cellular energy. Step 3. Use the right delivery method. If you're older, take medications, or have digestive issues, swallowing B12 pills does almost nothing, they just pass through. You need sublingual B12 under the tongue, or injections for severe cases. Injections deliver 100% of the dose directly into your bloodstream. Many patients feel life-changing improvements within weeks. Step 4. Dose correctly for general support. 1000 mcg daily is enough. For active neuropathy, 1000 to 5000 mcg of methylcobalamin daily for 3 to 6 months. Studies prove this dose improves nerve function, reduces pain, and restores quality of life. Step 5. Supportive nutrients. B12 works best with B6, P5, methylfolate, benfotiamine, fat-soluble B1, especially for diabetics. Magnesium alpha-lipoic acid ILA at 600 mg daily has been clinically shown to significantly reduce burning and numbness. Step 6. Fix your diet. Animal foods are the only natural sources of B12, liver and organ meats, shellfish, clams, mussels, salmon, sardines, eggs, dairy, grass-fed meats. If you're plant-based, supplementation is non-negotiable. And beware. Spirulina and chlorella contain fake B12 analogs that do more harm than good. Final message: nerve damage doesn't wait. Once you cross a certain threshold, there's no going back. That burning sensation you're ignoring, that numbness you think will go away, those are emergency alerts. B12 deficiency is a silent epidemic, but unlike most diseases, this one is easy to detect, simple to treat, and often completely reversible when addressed early. I've watched patients go from barely walking to regaining full mobility. I've seen people who suffered for years finally sleep pain-free, and they all had one thing in common: they took action before it was too late. If what you've heard today feels familiar, here's what you need to do next.